15 years. And Leighton Aspel hasn't had a winner at Cheltenham for 1,744 days. 4-1 says they will get the monkey off the back because they are teaming up with Many Clouds, the horse you can see there, just making his way onto the track now. But Dinas, the 9-4 favourite, Smad Place 11-4, 6-1, and a bit of support coming for the Giant Bolster. And I think there'll be a bit more coming before the off because I think he is a big price at 6-1. Black Thunder 8s and Theatre Guide 16-1. Lydia, over to you.
Many Gold Cup ambitions here, and potentially a Ryanair one from the title holder Dinast, and they'll get to find out here, potentially, let's hope that they do anyway, which target to go for with the favourite. Dinast, who is wearing cheek pieces again, combined with his tongue tie that he's worn the last twice as well, and he ran right up to near his very best when second in the King George behind Silvaniaco Conti, but never really able to lay down a challenge to that winner.
No, but it was you're quite right, it was right up to his best, and it gives them hope that perhaps the Gold Cup trip could be within his compass, that might be the target rather than the Ryanair. This afternoon should give us a fairly definitive idea if they go a genuine pace, because that's not guaranteed.
Yes, let's get to the bottom of that, because you made that point at the start of the show. Who is going to lead?
Well, there's always the chance that something that doesn't normally lead will take the bull by the horns. Other than that, the Giant Bolster, even though he's not a front runner, can set off in front. But that's, he won't stay there even if he wins, as we watched Dinas sort of pulling happily away from the rest. 3 miles round Kempton, 6 minutes 8. 3 1.5 round here, 6 minutes probably 40 to 50. It's a proper different test.
And another furlong again for the Gold Cup.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's immeasurably got the best form this season. It's just a matter of whether he'll stay.
And what do we think about the track for him? I mean, clearly he handles it. He's won a Ryanair.
Yeah.
Does it see him at his best? Because you look at his best performance, they are on flat tracks. They are that second to Q Card last season in the Betfair Chase, for example.
They are.
Aintree success.
Yeah, but I think he's versatile enough, isn't he? He's not just won round here once, has he? So he handles Cheltenham fine.
I suppose I'm not suggesting it doesn't suit him, just that other horses might be better suited.
Yeah, they're sort of rugged. We're not fazed by the undulations, whatever, as opposed to a more smooth travelling machine.
Exactly. Now, interesting, Smad Place is shorter than Many Clouds. Now, clearly he's getting £8 pull for his defeat in the Hennessy. There were 20 lengths between them then, and Alan King felt that he wished he'd got a prep run into Smad Place. Oliver Sherwood was thinking, oh dear, did I do the wrong thing in getting a prep run into Many Clouds? As it turned out, definitely not.
No, and well, Smad Place, like a lot of horses in this race, was always just playing for minor honours, whereas Many Clouds was bang there and giving it everything from a long way out and ran out a worthy winner. Yeah, he's got a weight pull, and he looks really well, Smad Place. On this evidence, you'd have to say he's going to have to utilise his evident liking for Cheltenham, which he's got, if he's going to reverse the placings.
Absolutely, and then contrast that with Many Clouds, about whom we don't know. He was brought down by the fall of Black Thunder in the RSA Chase. He was going perfectly well at the time.
I know. So that it's not that he can't, we just don't know. But a 6-runner race, you would have hoped that a horse that can win a Hennessy isn't going to be put off by a 6-runner race around Cheltenham.
And they both Smad Place and Many Clouds have got form that ties up with the RSA winner of last season, A Phelan's Boy.
Yeah, they have. I'd prefer to take this season's form, I think.
OK, and how about the chances of the Giant Bolster? 3 times in the frame in the Gold Cup, loves the new course. Stuart's already mentioned his record here.
Well, yeah, so that doesn't need repeating. And for once, it normally turns up in these major races here, and he looks out of place. And he doesn't today.
Right.
He actually looks like a sort of genuine chaser. He normally looks like a selling hurdler against sort of pristine chasers. He does a lot of things wrong, but round this course it usually comes right. The trouble is, last year, of course, when he won this, he had 11 stone. Today he's got the full penalty.
Yeah. A good point. And how about Black Thunder? Interesting that a powerful yard like Paul Nicholls, with lots of horses like Silvaniaco Conti, so he knows the sort of guide to where Black Thunder stands. Interesting that he's got both the Gold Cup entry and the run here.
He has. I think he's got to prove that he's a real out-and-out stayer, for one. and 2, obviously the handicap mark's going to go completely out the window in terms of that if he wins. In theory, he's got to step up.
As has Theatre Guide, who's the outsider.
Who nevertheless was the paddock pick.
One of our highlights here today coming up, the Betbright Cup Chase. Let's enjoy it in the company of Mike Cattermole.
And the start has raised his flag, so they can go now as they walk up to the tape. Tape's back and they're off and racing for the Betbright Cup over this extended 3 miles and a furlong. Not quite the Gold Cup distance, but not far short of it. They'll jump 21 fences here. Now who's going to make the running? The Giant Bolster on the inside of Black Thunder, Many Clouds, Smad Place restrained, and they're going very steady indeed. Dynast on the outside of Smad Place with Theatre Guide on the inside rail. So they'll complete 2 circuits here as they head up towards the top of the hill in a bit of a hack canter. There was never really any established front runners in the lineup here, and Black Thunder in the hands of Sam Twiston-Davies will lead the field down the hill from the Giant Bolster. Many Clouds on the outside. Smad Place still very, very free, just being held together by Wayne Hutchinson, as you might expect, going very steady as they go over the first fence down the hill. Theatre Guy got in a bit tight there. No damage done. He's restrained at the back of the field on a tight rein for Daryl Jacob as they go towards the water jump now. Black Thunder and Many Clouds matching strides then, these two. The Giant Bolster racing on the inside on his favourite course here at Cheltenham, with Dynast on the outside, Smad Place, and finally a couple of lengths back to Theatre Guide as they go over the open ditch. And some splendid leaps there from these top-class chasers as they go to the last fence over on the far side of the course. Number 5, the Hennessy winner, Many Clouds, matching strides with Black Thunder. The Giant Bolster in 3rd place, followed then by Smad Place and Dynast, and Theatre Guide at the back of the field. Probably the one horse that has to really step up here to try and win this race today. Here's the open ditch. All jumped it smoothly, and on they go towards the plain fence, which is the just about the highest fence on the course here, over on the far side of the track now. 4 lengths or so would separate these runners, and Black Thunder and Many Clouds jump it together. The Giant Bolster was in a bit tight there in 3rd place. He's matched on the outside there by Smad Place and Dynast, these 3 together, and then a gap of 2 lengths back to Theatre Guide. So they're heading left-handed now and racing down the hill towards this next potentially tricky fence, but they're all over it safely and continuing now freewheeling as they get a bit of a breather in down towards the next, which will be number 9 here. So Many Clouds on the outside of Black Thunder, Dynast and Tom Skew on the outside. His old mate the Giant Bolster saving ground on the inside with Smad Place and Theatre Guide at the back of the field still. So going pretty steadily then on this first circuit. They're coming down then towards the home straight then for the first time in the Betbright Cup. And Many Clouds on the outside of Black Thunder, who continues to follow the inside line there for Sam Twiston-D, and then behind these Dynast on the outside of them with Smad Place, who's racing more comfortably now, you have to say. The Giant Bolster on the inside and Theatre Guide. When they jump this fence, they'll have completed their first circuit and they're all over it safely. They've got to go and do it all over again now. So on they come towards this last fence on the circuit now. It's number 11 on this occasion. When they jump that, they've got 10 more to go. 3 or 4 lengths would separate them. And Many Clouds and Black Thunder have matched strides virtually throughout the race so far. Dynast on the outside of Smad Place and the Giant Bolster. Then Theatre Guide, who's comfortable at the back of the field in the hands of Daryl Jacob as the runners head up the hill again and move left-handed down towards the 12th fence. Little to choose between these 2 leaders. Black Thunder still maintains the inside position with Leighton Aspel content to let Many Clouds just hack alongside him on the outside. Dynast getting a good view of this next fence now. Smad Place and the Giant Bolster. Theatre Guide again, he wasn't too fluent there, no damage done, he's still well in touch, and they move on to the water jump once more here. Many Clouds and Black Thunder over the water together. Good jump by Smad Place in between the two horses, Dynast and the Giant Bolster. And then comes Theatre Guide as they get ready for the next open ditch here. And Many Clouds pressing on. There was a mistake by Smad Place there at that open ditch. Not a particularly serious one, but it sees now just drop back to 4th place. The Giant Bolster has moved back to 5th. Theatre Guide next. And Many Clouds got in a bit tight there at that fence as he took it. And now they sweep left-handed, go across towards the next, number 16, the big open ditch. Many Clouds showing just in front now, but Black Thunder not allowing him too much rope. They're almost matching strides again as they take the big ditch, but Many Clouds came up with a really good one there. Dynast on the outside of Smad Place. The Giant Bolster just being nudged along now. Theatre Guide still travels well at the back of the field. They're going on towards the next, which is 5 out here as they take it now. Many Clouds and Black Thunder, 3/4 of length between them. Smad Place and Dynast, the two greys racing together. The Giant Bolster is off the bridle now. So too, just moving up on the outside. Going well though is Theatre Guide. Still hasn't pressed any buttons yet, Darryl Jacob, but they're disputing last place now as the runners head down towards the 4th last fence here. Many Clouds, Black Thunder, Smad Place from Dynast. Just losing ground all the time is the Giant Bolster as Theatre Guide passes his first rival, moves up into 5th place then as they head on down the hill. They're running down towards the 3rd last here in the Betbright Cup. And it's Many Clouds who's showing just in front from Black Thunder. Dynast is getting closer on the outside. Smad Place rather reach for that. He's still there pitching though. Theatre Guide is next and the Giant Bolster still trying to battle his way back into contention. He's got about 3 or 4 lengths to find on them. Now they come round towards the home straight here in the Betbright Cup and Many Clouds are trying to press on. Here comes Dynast on the outside. He looks to be quite full of running for Tom Scudamore. Smad Place has got every chance on the inside. Theatre Guide, and then comes Black Thunder on the inner with the Giant Bolster. Only 2 or 3 lengths will separate them. Here's the second last now. Many Clouds from Dynast. Just about a neck between them as they took that. Smad Place back in 3rd. Many Clouds, Dynast are going to fight this out. Smad Place though very gamely thrusting his way back into it. Many Clouds the leader over the final fence by about a length from Dynast and Smad Place. They've kicked clear of Black Thunder, the Giant Bolster. Many Clouds out in front here, the Hennessy winner. Here comes Dynast and Smad Place. It's a wave of grey trying to track him down, but Many Clouds is very game and the Hennessy winner wins the Betbright Cup for Leighton Aspel and Oliver Sherwood. Back in 2nd was Smad Place. Dynast was 3rd. Then a gap to the Giant Bolster, Black Thunder, and Theatre Guide dropped out to last.
An exciting second season chaser lays down further evidence that he is a serious Gold Cup contender. Many Clouds has added to his Hennessy success with this victory in the Betbright Cup chase, jumping really well, probably best of the entire party actually, and having plenty left up the straight. Leighton Aspel on board for Oliver Sherwood. In 2nd it's Smad Place, who with an 8-pound pull has narrowed that gap quite a lot from when they finished 1st and 5th in the Hennessy. Smad Place has finished 2nd for Alan King and Wayne Hutchinson, and also close up at the closing stages was Dynast for Tom Scudamore and David Pipe. There was a gap back to the rest of them, but it was the steadily run race that you feared, Jonathan. What do you conclude?
Well, it gives you some unofficial split times. First lap 3:21 from where they started. Second lap 3:03. They didn't go apace. So if you're a connection of Smad Place, you'll be saying, well, look, in a Gold Cup with a properly run race, which will exemplify his stamina, he'll be able to beat Many Clouds. Many Clouds has been in the ideal place throughout. I think in a slow run race, you want to be at the front. Your comment about he jumped best was absolutely spot on. He must go to the Gold Cup. He's answered the questions. He's fought on well. They're not getting to him. He stays. He's now proved he acts on the track. Ground is irrelevant.